Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of our podcast BAcast, where we bring you insights from the best traders of our community. Today, I'm very honored to have with me the first woman trader that is in our show. So welcome to the show, Dorine. For me, it's a great pleasure to have you here, and I hope that everybody out there enjoys this one.
Thank you. I look forward.
Perfect. So let's start. Okay. Something that cannot be missed, in this show is a brief presentation. So please tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and what do you do besides trading?
So I am from Belgium, and besides trading, like before the lockdown, I was really into dancing salsa, bachata, kizomba, and sports.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
But you are like a student or?
No, I was working. I am 33.
Oh, okay, 33. I'm 34. Okay, so in what field do you work? You work besides trading, right?
Yeah, I worked in different fields. I was before I was a psychomotor therapist in a psychiatric institution.
Oh, interesting.
Like after that, I became. I've always been independent on the side, so I've been independent for like 14 years, my own company.
Oh,
and
great.
After the hospital, I switched to just being an independent, giving group classes and personal training in gyms.
Okay, that's great. So behind curtains, we were talking a little bit, and you told me that besides Belgium, you have lived also in Spain and Colombia. So you learn a lot of Spanish.
Yeah, that's right.
So you were working over there in those countries, or?
Yeah, correct.
Like
in Spain, in Spain, it was I was first working in a bar as a bartender.
Okay.
And after that, I started working for Apple for like their Apple Care service.
Nice.
Tier 1 help.
Like a customer service or something like that.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
In Colombia, I was an English teacher in like an American school, Montessori. I don't know if
nice. Yeah, I know Montessori. I have a daughter, so I know.
Okay, nice.
About all those things. So, okay. Now, how and why you began trading? I mean, what was that thing about it that really motivated you to say like, okay, hey, I want to get into this trading thing?
How I got into it, it was like a friend that said was more like for network marketing purposes, but he's like, hey, this is what I do, and I said, okay, let me look into it, and I signed up and started learning. And like the more you learn, the more you realize like how mental challenging it is. Like this is like insane what you're learning. So you're like more passionate about. Yeah, like the more you learn, the more you want to learn more about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it was more like the mental challenge of it that really like got me so attracted to it. More like something that you can look up for hours and hours a day, like literally 12 hours a day.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. So you can say that you got in love with trading.
Yeah.
and when was that you get into trading? Like
4 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, 40 years. Great.
4 years.
So around 2016 or so.
Yeah, like or more 2017. I think 3.5 years more.
Okay, so you got a nice experience right now.
Yeah, but in those like in that time, I spent like doing 10 hours a day or 12 hours like chart time a day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nah, that's classic. When you get into trading, because you got like the wrong idea that if you are more time in the charts, you're gonna improve your trading, and sometimes you don't really need to have a lot of time in the charts, to be profitable or to be successful in the business.
Yeah, exactly. Like they think they can become traders in a couple of months. Well, like a doctor has to study 7 years plus like 5 years of specialization to become a doctor or a specialist, and then in trading, it's really like it should be the same.
Yeah, exactly. It's a profession, and as I usually say to my mentees in the bootcamp,
Yeah.
trading is one of the toughest professions out there.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, and the issue is that you get like trapped in the marketing that you see in the social media, that it's an easy task. You can win thousands and thousands easy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like that. It's not like that.
No.
It's very challenging. So nowadays, and this is based on my own experience, out of, let's say, 1,000 persons that begins in this business, at most 5 or less are women. It means that there are very few women traders in this business. So what's your view on that? Do you think maybe is there a conditional factor that prevents women from getting into this business?
I think like generally like women are more risk adverse than men.
Mm-hmm.
And we're more like, more about protecting, which I actually think is like just a good kind of thing, because I really think most women are like better traders
Yeah,
than.
it's true. To be honest, it's true, because I've noticed that the few women that I know that are traders, like you, woman trader, which is Kelly, Slay, you all three,
Yeah,
I've seen you trade, and you are very, very super disciplined,
yeah,
and that's great. And usually you don't see that in men.
yeah. I think women are like generally more like following rules and controlling risk. That
Exactly.
Yeah, and it should actually be like a beneficial, like you should actually, but then again, there's less women that get attracted to it. And I think that's more, maybe we think that we are not capable because we see actually the amount of time that it takes to get there,
Uh-huh.
whilst men don't really like see
Yeah, it
it.
could be. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get into your trading. So tell us a little bit about it.
So I use supply and demand. I go from the higher time frame, like from daily, weekly, 4 hours, and then go into like the lower time frame supply and demand. And then when price gets to it, I wait for like a lower time frame confirmation, which can be like a break of structure or the approach, or sometimes it's also just like a gut feeling, but
Uh-huh.
it has to have the approach to it. It doesn't necessarily already have to like have made like a break of structure on the lower time frame.
Mm-hmm.
It has to have then other factors, yeah. Sometimes it's the way how the candles are moving, the way like,
Exactly. Mm. The
yeah.
price action itself.
And I think like once you watch like the 1 minute chart for like thousands of hours, like together with the higher time frames,
Mm-hmm.
I start to recognize like actually I can enter already, but yeah, only
Oh,
if it's in like a significant zone, of course.
okay, nice. So you trade based on supply and demand methodology, right? So are you like more into scalping, or what's your style?
Actually I'm really good in scalping, but I can also like have some nice swing trades or
Mm-hmm.
like bigger time frame trades. But honestly, for me personally, what really brings me the most money is actually like those like quick in and outs, like short, like scalps. And it can be any amount of pips. I can really appreciate like an accurate like 15 pips, and that's it, you know. Like it can be a 1-to-1 and 1-to-2 risk to reward. I don't care, but actually, if I look at it, I'm I'm good. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I'm also, I used to be full-time trader, like, let's around 3 years ago. But then my daughter was born, so I had to change all my schedule. So I changed into scalping. So I was more looking into like Asian session or only New York and things like that. So I moved from, like more into intraday and sometimes swing trading to scalping. And for me, it was a great, I can say that my trading evolved when I changed that perspective, because as you mentioned, you don't, you go and you do what you have to do. You don't have to be like a lot of time in the charts, and yeah, you can get nice profits real quick because you're not aiming for a lot.
I say people are always like waiting for that perfect 100, 200 pip move, but they don't realize like in the meantime you could have made 5 times 15 pips whilst you're waiting.
Exactly, because price, while it's moving from point A to point B, it's going like up, down, up, down, up, down. And those dealing ranges, you can be trading inside those.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's move on. So, what would you recommend the girls out there that are listening to this podcast and that might have some doubts into, getting into the trading world?
The girls, don't think because don't think I'm a woman, or think I'm a man. Just think, if I'm a person, and if like 3% of traders can be profitable, why cannot I? So just like put in the work and just really believe that if you want something, you can totally do it, but you have to put in the work. Don't let it scare you that you're a woman,
Yeah, exactly. And as you mentioned, it's up to you, if you want to get the results, you don't have to depend on others. Usually you have to put the work.
Yeah, the only thing you can control is really like how hard you work, how hard you're studying, practicing, and put in the hours.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what most people don't realize, that it's not get rich quick or something like that.
Yeah.
You gotta put on the short time and a lot of psychology pressure on you. So it's quite demanding. But if you're focused, and your goal, you can achieve it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's go over into some questions that we receive from our community. And the first one goes like this: what are your daily habits, and how do you create like a balance between psychology and the emotions in trading? This was sent, I have to say, by a trader, which is a woman.
I think like the mental part is actually so important. But I have to say, like lately I've been like putting it a little bit behind in importance, but I'm definitely like going back to like the morning routine and the energy work. But for now, I still like have like I have an app that is like an hourly reminder to like check in with how, like, what frequency am I vibrating at? What's my energy like? And it's just reminding me like to always like stay connected to the light and have your vibe like good, like positive, And my morning routine, how it used to be, it was really all written down. It was I would do like I would start my morning. I would like connect to the light and expand your energy, do the energy work. They like imagine like how your day would be like. do like gratitudes. I would have in my bathroom like a post-it that say like different type of energy stuff, and
Interesting.
so that I would write down like my morning routine, which would be like I go over all the steps like to connect and do like a energy exercise. And then I would also have like a code of honor that I wrote that down for me, like like I stuff like I promise to like always like stick to my rules, take every setup that suits my rules, don't be hard on yourself if you get a loss.
Yeah.
So I would read that every morning and I would do it, and then I would during the day I would often like check in on how's my frequency, is it still good, am I like angry, am I upset, am I tired, and
That's really interesting. It's the first person that I know, and especially a trader that says something like that they check on their vibrations and their feelings and emotions and everything. So it's interesting, and
it's
it
like
makes sense. It makes sense because you gotta be in good mood. You cannot go like into the charts like feeling bad or angry or with a negative feeling, because that will definitely reflect on your trading and in your
and people think it's a little bit like woo woo or like
yeah.
like very weird of a like person, and like your business is just this, and but it's actually not. It's so mental. Like 90% of your success really depends on your mental like psychology, right?
Exactly.
So people put too little importance of the whole mental aspect of it. And I do realize like if I would do like the energy work, I would like bless my account, bless my money, and like your family, your friends, yourself. I would do so much better than if one day I would forget about it. I wouldn't do it. That like you just gotta try it for yourself and see like in like the difference between if you do it and if you don't.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I implemented the visionary panel or something like that. I don't know if that's the correct translation into English.
What do you say? What's in Spanish?
The panel visionario, the visionary panel or something like that. That you have like your goals, like if you have like a goal of, I don't know, getting a new car or a new home, or go on a trip with your family, things like that. It's like you do an everyday routine that you picture yourself and you're like manifesting that your goal was already achieved and things like that. I'm doing that
Like
also,
a vision
kind
board.
of.
Yeah, like a vision board. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Vision board. Exactly. So I have my business goals, my family goals, my personal goals, things like that, with pictures and some positive messages. Like I enjoy being with my family, with my child. Blessing God every day for all the blessings that He's giving us. And things like that.
So
So,
if you have your vision board, like try to like when you look at it, like when to connect to the light and like insert like love and light from your heart, from up, from above, from God to your heart and then to your vision board. And like it's like some kind of like little energy work you can do on it. It's like it's not like hocus pocus, but it's it's
no, I am feeling you. No, I'm feeling
yeah.
you. I know
Bigger
what
than
you
just
mean.
looking
Yeah.
at it and knowing it exists,
Yeah, and it's like that, when you have like a positive vibe,
Mm-hmm.
your day goes so nice, so smooth.
It's true, yeah.
Even though you have some pitfalls or things in the road, it will be like less difficult, to pass those rocks in the road, your
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
Nice. So okay, let's continue. Another follower sent us this one that says, what's been the most difficult experience you've been through while trading, and how did you overcome that bad or difficult experience?
It's like most traders, losing a lot of money. You know?
Yeah, yeah, we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose.
Yeah, I was I have like a winning streak, right? And just winning, like big time. And yeah, I would have very little stop losses, like maybe once in a month or something, a stop loss. Yeah. And actually, yeah, I remember I was like sending signals also, and we would have our first stop loss after 3 months. Like,
oh,
yeah,
that's a super high win rate.
Yeah, and like I was telling the people, like, you do know that probability wise, I should get a stop loss right now. You know, but anyway, after that, it's like, wow, the worst like losing streak ever. Yeah, you really get like faced with reality, and like it humbles you down so much. Like, man, this like still happens. So you get like, wow, this can still happen. So it humbles you down. So actually, like, it's good that you are like, it took a lot of like confidence from me. Like for me, like I lost like a lot of confidence, but what I did then, it was like, okay, let me just like focus more on the process. I took a mentor, was like someone from offshore, cast from offshore. I'm focused more on the set. Don't try to make too much money. Like, don't try to make any money actually, and then just focus more on the process. And then step by step, you see you like, okay, you're getting like better again. You're getting like more wins, and because like your focus is not on like trying to make back what you lost, it's more on like, you know, you gaining your confidence back a little.
Exactly. You know, now that you mentioned that, that is like a process, and it's true. You know, it's like, imagine building a house.
Yeah.
You cannot build a house like super fast. You have to go brick by brick, and if it has like a good foundation, it's very difficult that it will like crash, you know, or something like that. You know, as you mentioned, you should treat trading as a process, you know. Now that you mentioned process, we can go into, okay, like the trading plan. Is important to have a trading plan, to follow your rules, your risk management. So everything is a process from A to C, you know. Okay, now we got to the last question. And this one is from myself. So, what factor do you think has determined your success in trading?
I think it's more the work ethic, like the thousands of hours I put in on chart time. I always think like, you know, if I really want something, I will do whatever it, you know, freaking takes, you know, as like whatever it takes, I will like put the work in, and I you know, that's with trading. So if I really want something, I just have to work like so hard. And yeah, you know, if like 3% can be profitable, why cannot I? You know, you just have to basically do what they are doing. Like if they're putting in the work, you have to put in the work, you know.
Exactly.
I think like the work ethic and like the mental, like believing in yourself, like no matter what. I think that's what, yeah.
Yeah, so that brings us back to the psychology part, you know. If your mentality is very focused on the goal, then you can achieve it. And as you mentioned, if other can do it, why I can't, you know?
Yeah.
And I have like a kind of mentor, but not in the trading field, you know, more like into, he's like a personal trainer. He's from Spain, and he lives in Vegas, and he's a millionaire. He always says like you have to do what the 1% is doing. You know, the 99% of people won't do what the 1% did to get where they are right now. So if you wanna get on top and get on the 3%, the 2% or 1% of these successful people, you have to do what it takes. You know, you have to do what they do. You have to go through what they went through in order to be successful. So yeah, it's like that. Most of the
Yeah.
people don't wanna, take the time that it takes. I've been this year I'm gonna be almost 6 years in trading. So I've been from binary options to retail to then smart money concepts. So even though it has taken a long road, I can say that I feel a successful trader, even though
Right.
it has taken me a lot of
And
time,
what do
to
you
get
think?
there.
And what do you think for you was the if I can reverse the question to you, because it's an interesting question.
For me, it's like making things simple, is usually what I say to guys is like, okay, every system will work, system do not fail, people fail.
Yeah.
Because if you trade and it was a stop loss and then you analyze it, you will see that probably you did something that you were not supposed to do, or maybe you didn't follow your rule or things like that. So it's like that. If you're very disciplined with your trading plan, with your rules, and also, what's important, if you have a group, I'm not talking about big groups like social trading groups, no, but very small groups that you are like discussing, analyzing with like-minded people.
Yeah.
That really helps you a lot as well, and a group of friends that, like are pushing you to get better, to do what it takes, to continue improving your trading. And I think that's what has made me successful in the over the years.
Nice.
So before we finish, anything else you'd like to add to those listening today?
No, I think we cover like most, and then just like what really helped for me was just put everything in writing,
Uh-huh.
all your rules and the exception of the rule. Yeah, like so even like the gut feeling also have to have like some rules to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So put like your rules into words and put also maybe like morning routine in words, like, or some kind of like mental routine that you do, and put it in words and just like put it on your like where you in the bathroom. And yeah, if even if it's just saying like just like I'm so grateful for this and like thank you for my money, even just a little bit of energy work can already like make a big difference, but put it in writing. you know
Yeah, exactly. Not also in writing, but also doing it.
yeah, reading, like, yeah.
Yeah, because you can have the best plan, the best rules, but if you don't do that, then it's like nothing.
Exactly, yeah.
Uh, okay. Thank you very much, for this wonderful time. Very interesting podcast, to be honest. And I hope that you enjoyed this one as well. And thank you very much for giving out so much value.
Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you for having me.
Perfect. Okay, friends, this is all for today. If you want to contact Dorine, please go ahead and check her social media accounts below in the description of this video. And we hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to do like a podcast with another woman trader, that you may know, please let us know. Okay. So see you next time. Bye bye.